Hi everybody, it's Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. How are you guys today? I am so excited as always to bring you Thursday's live stream premiere. I hope that you will enjoy the project. I'm going to do a few announcements first, let everybody start rolling on in. I'll be in the chat with you, so ask away any questions you might have. I love to engage with you on Thursdays in the chat. And if you're new to us and you've just found my lives, let me know. It's your first time watching. I would love to say hi and greet you. We are a fun, friendly group, and I definitely would love you to join our community. All right. And if you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would love to be your demonstrator. If you need a catalog because you don't have a demonstrator, I would be happy to send you one. Just reach out. My website is Inky Hands Warm Hearts, just like my YouTube channel. And you can email me at Kelly. My name Kelly has an I at the end instead of a Y. So it's Kelli at inkyhandswarmhearts.com. All right, and again, if you are joining me for the first time, or maybe you've just watched the recordings and never caught a live, say hi. I'd love to greet you. So it's August, and I hope that you are starting to redeem your bonus day coupons. So for the month of July, we earned $5 for every $50 that we spent, and you get to redeem those this month. So don't forget to redeem those. I absolutely do not want you to miss out. So you earn them, you've saved them. It's now time to redeem them. And you can redeem them till the 31st of the month. All right, so a couple days ago, we had a few things hit. So we had 2 new kits, which I don't have printed out to show you, but I will show you in the next live where I am actually live. But you can find them in my online store if you go to my website, inkyhandswarmhearts.com, and you click on the picture on my blog on the right-hand side. It says August host code, or you can scroll down to my picture if you're on mobile, and it'll say August host code. You click that, it takes you right to my store. It'll like redirect you, and it'll put the host code in for you. And if you end up spending more than $150, you can remove the host code. But if you don't, it's already in there for you. You don't have to do anything. And if you spend $50 or more, you will get a free PDF tutorial from me. But you'll be able to look at the newest kits, and it's always fun to see what they add. We get 2 new kits every month. And I'm sorry I don't have them yet because this is pre-recorded. I have recorded it before Stampin' Up! Has given us the images of the kits. So I apologize, but I will have them at the next live on Tuesday. By the way, I do lives on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. and Thursday afternoons at 1 p.m. My 1 p.m.s are premieres, and my Tuesday nights are live where I'm actually crafting while you are watching. So we're having a sale August 6th through the 31st, 15% off selected designer series paper from the annual catalog, the 2024 to 2025 annual catalog. And it's not the specialty papers, the ones that have the foil or the vellum, none of those are included. It's just our regular papers. So you have the Bright and Beautiful 6x6, Countryside Corners, Country Lace, Country Woods, a lot of country there. Full of Life, which I love, this bright colored pack. Lily Pond Lane, you might think, oh, I'm not into the ducks, but oh my gosh, the back sides are amazing. Mediterranean Blooms, which I think is like one of my favorite papers. Perennial Lavender, that one is gorgeous. We have Take to the Skies, which is a really cool airplane sweet paper. Thoughtful Journey, which I have used for countless cards. It's a very versatile pack if you don't own it. To Market, which I will be using this bundle eventually. It's a super fun bundle. And yeah, it's cute. And there's a really fun paper that goes with it. And then Unbounded Beauty, which is our in colors. So you'll have our Summer Splash and our Shy Shamrock, Petunia Pop, Pretty in Pink, and Peach Pie colors in that paper. And then Wildly Flowering, which goes with a suite that I'm like in love with the dyes. And then don't forget our Winter Meadow paper. So all of these papers in the US are $10.62. And you can download this flyer from my store. So if you go to my retired product store and PDF store, I will have a PDF of this flyer in there. All you have to do is click on it. It will be free. You do have to make an account though. It's just so that all your downloads are housed in one place. But once you've made your account the first time, you won't have to do it every time. You just log into that account, and then it'll be $0 download. So just go ahead and go there and grab that. But yeah, and that way you guys can see the actual papers, the numbers, and all that if you would like to grab the brochure. So let's talk about my Inky Hands crew membership. I started it, it's been almost a year now. I started, I believe the end of September. So we're like in the 11th month. It has been amazing, and I plan on doing more in the new year, you know, after it's a year old. But it is so much fun. We have some great women in there. We do color challenges and sketch challenges. So you get to stamp and stretch yourself. It just makes you a better stamper. If you push yourself out of your comfort zone to use colors that you've never done, ideas or designs for cards. And yeah, so I hope that those who are members are happy with it. It's basically $2 a week. Some weeks you get a bonus 2 videos, but you get 2 videos a week. And I appreciate you being a member. You help support me bringing these videos to everyone on my channel. And it's just a way for hobby demos that follow me, because I know a lot of you guys are hobby demos. It's just a great way for you to give back and to say thank you for the ideas and inspiration that I bring to you guys. So I would appreciate it if you would check it out. You can go to my website, inkyhandswarmhearts.com, and click on memberships in the menu and read all about it. I'd love to have you become a new member, and I'm really excited to have the members that I have now. We have become such a family, and I think that's a testament to the people that have chosen to join. All right. This Saturday, we have our card fiesta at El Azteca in Virginia Beach, 12:30 to 3:30. So if you're coming, let me know in the chat. And that way, it is an RSVP event. I just need to know to make sure I have enough projects for everybody. It's a really fun way, if you are local, to make some cards. Get some cards in your arsenal to send out whenever you need one, right? I have a variety of themes, and it's a lot of fun. And we make a certain number in a box, and then when the box is empty, I bring new cards. So it's a really fun way to infuse a little stamping in your life every other Saturday. So I would love to have you join us if you've never been. Thanks for hanging out with us, those of you that do come. And I wish those of you that were farther away could come as well. If you ever vacation in Virginia Beach, feel free to contact me. I would love to have you come to Card Fiesta. Again, talking about kits collection, I don't have the current kits, but I want to talk about Paper Pumpkin. Paper Pumpkin, you only have a couple more days now to sign up for the birthday themed Paper Pumpkin, Time for Cake. And there's a second stamp set in this particular box. So you're going to get a number stamp set that gives you fantastic ways to celebrate people with their actual age in their cards. Or like if you want to say an anniversary, happy 25th or whatever. It's always nice to have a number set, and you get that free in this month's Paper Pumpkin box. So this is what one of the cards looks like. And there's the numbers, but this little card pulls out. It is so pretty. I cannot tell you enough. Get this kit. It's gonna be amazing. I love the colors. They're different. I love that it has rose gold in there. So fun. So check out Paper Pumpkin if you've never subscribed before. It's like getting a surprise every month in the mail, and you can make between 8 to 9 cards a month. Everything's in there: adhesive, directions, ribbon if it needs it, embellishments, card bases, everything you need to make the cards. But it's a surprise, and I always give you a little sneak peek. And the August kit, like I said, has the extra stamp set in there, but it is 9 cards, 3 each, 3 designs. It's birthday themed. They're going to be elegant birthday cards with rose gold detail, embellishments, and rose gold cording. The colors that are in this kit are Moody Mauve, Night of Navy, which is our Stampin' Spot. Yes, you even get a stamp pad, a little mini stamp pad in your kit. And Petal Pink, Pecan Pie, Pretty in Pink, and Wild Wheat. That's the colors for this kit. I'm excited for the September kit also. So very excited for Paper Pumpkin. I love it. I love getting my box every month in the mail and putting it together. I believe I'm going to be starting to do some alternate projects, so I'm kind of excited about that as well. And if you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber already and you haven't gotten your coordinating add-ons for the 3rd quarter this year, the July, August, and September, don't miss out, because they're super fun and they help to extend the kits beyond what's in the box, right? So check out those coordinating add-ons. They're $12 for a set of 3 dies. I sell PDFs in my online store, and this is just a reminder for me to mention it by having one of the PDF sneak peek covers here. But I have a variety of them. I'm on a design team with fantastic international demonstrators from all over the world: New Zealand, Australia, the UK, Canada, and the US, and the Netherlands. And we have very talented women who come up with the most beautiful projects. And so I would love to have you join us and purchase one of the tutorials or join our stamp camp. Our next one will be in October, the 18th and 19th, so save the dates. And it's always an amazing, amazing time. We get together, we do live videos with 13 projects. You get 13 make and takes, and you have to purchase a suite of products to get into the stamp camp, and that is your entry. So as it gets closer, I'll be talking about it, but I do have PDFs, because every single month we get together and make a PDF tutorial, and we promote it with a blog hop. So every month you get to see the alternate projects, not the PDF projects, but alternate projects. And I hope that you will join in on that on my website. It's usually the 3rd Wednesday of the month that I do the blog hop. And if you are looking for a jump start on your Halloween projects, I have my Halloween paper piecing patterns for 2022 and 2023 available. I also have my Easter ones there as well. So, okay, that's a lot of talking. Let's get to the nitty gritty, right? This week we're using Seaside Wishes, and it is a gorgeous stamp set located on page 73. It is not an expensive bundle, which is pretty rare. It's only $47.50, and it's a hybrid embossing folder. So you get the bundle, which is the stamp set and the dies, and an embossing folder that's a 3D. But the cool thing about the embossing folder is that you can cut out at the same time as you emboss. So that's why it's a hybrid. It is a gorgeous set of products, and usually the hybrid embossing folders are super expensive. So this is such an amazing deal for $47.50 for this bundle. And I hope that you have enjoyed the project that I did on Tuesday. I will link it at the end of this video if you did miss Tuesday's live, and you can catch up. But I love anything that has to do with the sea. the beach. And so I purchased basically all of those stamp sets. So if you ever see a stamp set that has to do with nautical or the beach or a boat or things like that, I'm all over that, because can never get enough beach stuff in my life, that's for sure. So this set is amazing, and I hope that you'll check it out. But today I am pairing it with another bundle that is a punch or die bundle. This year they had 2 bundles that were that way. You could choose whether you got dies or a punch. It's the first time we've tried that, and I think it's kind of cool, actually. And I actually bought both the punch and the dies. So you either get 1 die or 1 punch, and the price points are a little different. The stamp set and die set for the bundle is $27.75, and it's $37.75 for the punch. So I personally think the punch is a better deal. I love punches. I like having them. I don't mind housing them. And so I got both. So I ordered the bundle with the punch, and then I added on the die. So I'm going to show you both of those, and it's called Keeping Tabs. We are doing a pocket card today, and I have added this tab right here to our project. So let me show you that. I have quite a bunch of papers on my desk from all of this, so let me put those away. Okay, so here is the tab that I chose to use. Isn't it beautiful? And it's super, super pretty. The back is decorative as well as the front. And I wanted to do a pocket card. So here's a way for you to write a little bit of a note without it being shown to everyone. And I made us a card. This does fit into a regular envelope. I wanted to make sure that the tab didn't stick out beyond the envelope piece. So I have cut the piece inside to house it. And I think this is such a fun card to make, and it's different, right? Look at how beautiful the products are that are part of these bundles. So let's go ahead and get started. I am going to show you real quick the tag situation and how that works. So you stamp with 1 stamp, it's together, and when you stamp that, you're going to get this. Then I took and I chose to make it a thank you. So then I used this little thank you here, and I stamped in Pool Party right over the top. So now we are going to use our punch or our die. And so the die, look at how cute this little die pouch is. It's so cute. So there's the die that comes in there. I did put it on a piece of magnet sheet. So if you want to die cut it out, you can. If you want to punch it out, you can. I'm going to use the punch today, and I will show you how to punch it. So you want to unlock your punch here. It opens. There's your piece. So you're going to slide it into your punch, and you want to just line it up. It's going to put a little border around the sides, and you want to make sure that that's even. So take your time lining up your piece so that it looks really good and nice and even all the way around. Sometimes I overthink it, right? Anybody else an overthinker? Sometimes I overthink what I'm going to punch. When you have it in place, you're going to squeeze. And then there is your tab, and you can see the back is just as pretty as the front. So we're going to be using that today. And we're also going to be using our 2-inch circle punch. So I'm going to put that at the top because that's what's getting used next. Seaside Wishes, here's the embossing folder. Let me show you quickly how the die connects into it. So what you're going to do is this 3-piece sand dollar die matches up with our piece here, and it's going to lock in place. Okay, once it's locked, see how I can't shift it because it's actually in place. You're then going to put your paper on this side, and then I like to sandwich it closed. Then I flip it over once I have it closed. and then you're going to run it through with the folded end first into your die cut machine. And when you pull it out, you have gorgeously embossed sand dollars that pop out of here because they were cut by this piece. So it is a really cool concept. If you've never had a hybrid embossing folder, this is a really fun way to add a little extra fun to your stamping. So I'm not going to be using that today, but you may see it in action if you are part of the membership group, or if you were with me on Tuesday for my class. So I'm going to just put this back inside here. You'll be able to see everything with it in, but I won't have to worry about losing a die. So I'll bring them back out when I'm pointing out what I'm using, okay? This is a really fun die set, and you get the hybrid folder. So for $47, you get these 3 pieces. You can't beat this deal. It's amazing. All right, so let's get started. So we're going to start with a piece of crumb cake cardstock. That is your basic card base. All right, so this piece of crumb cake is 8.5 by 5.5, and we have to form it into our pocket. So we're going to place our scoreboard here, and we're going to score 2 1/4 inches from each end. So 2 and then 1/4, which is 2 ticks past the 2. And then I'm going to rotate it around and do the same thing, 2 1/4. Okay. Now that makes this middle section 4 inches. Now, I'm not going to get into the intricacies of why I did it this way. I just didn't want to go past 8.5 inches. I wanted you to be able to get 2 of these out of each piece of cardstock. So it's just 1/4 inch smaller than a regular card. We're going to go ahead and burnish, okay? One piece overlaps the other, just like this, okay? And that is the back of your card, okay? So we're gonna decorate this side. So let's go ahead and seal it closed and do all the good stuff, right? Or I think we can. I think it's perfectly fine. So what I want to do here is I want to put some adhesive on this side on the bottom. I'm going to grab my silicone mat because I tend to be a little messy with the glue. So this is the part that's going to go in first. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of glue, and you don't need to get crazy with this because you need to have room to be able to tuck your card inside. So let's go ahead and attach that piece first, okay? Then I'm going to add adhesive down this edge because it's going to overlap this side. And then I also want to close the bottom. All right. So this one gets on 2 sides, and we're going to go ahead and press this in place. And we'll give it a couple minutes to bond. This glue is super strong and it does bond, but sometimes it just needs to be held in place for a minute or 2 and really get bonded. I like to use my roller. I have a little 2.5 inch little roller that I use to help bond my adhesive because I do use a lot of wet adhesive. All right. So now we have our little pouch attached, okay? So now this is going to be the top. So we're going to punch a circle out of it. And we're going to use the 2.5 inch circle. So I'm going to go ahead and open that up. And I want to put it in here so that it's half of the circle. Now you can measure this circle if you want to. I don't need to, but I did save my piece when I punched last time to show you. All right. So that's about half the circle, and I just eyeballed it. Looks about half to me. What do you guys think? So you can do your first one, and if you want it to be the same as your second one, what you want to do is you want to line this up, at the top, and then you'll just use a pencil and just lightly draw around. And we can erase this after we're done, but just make it light. All right, so there's my line. I did save this from the last time, but I just eyeballed it last time. So you want to just go like this, and you're like, okay, that's about halfway. That looks good to me. And when you're happy, you're gonna squeeze, and see, there's my pieces. My two pieces, one from the front, one from the back. Now, you can see that this is a lot deeper and a lot taller than my piece, okay? And I'll explain why in a minute, but I'm gonna save this in case I need to use them for something else. But this one's glued together, so I don't want that one. That one's going in the garbage. All right, so our insert that we are going to be putting inside is our piece of basic white cardstock. Okay, and the reason I have it this small is, number one, remember we glued the bottom, so it's going to be about right there. Okay, then we also need to attach this, but I don't want it all the way down into the card. I want it to stick up. Okay, so see what's happening here? We are attaching it onto our piece, and then we don't want this to stick past our card. So let's go ahead and fold our little, what do you call this? Tab. I couldn't think for a second. In half. And we are going to attach this onto our card in the middle right here. Okay. So I'm going to move this out of the way. I'm going to open, and most of this is going to be covered. So I'm going to go ahead and wiggle on some adhesive over this bottom, not where the top part is, okay? Not up here. So I'm gonna hold on to this piece, and I'm gonna get it centered, well, as best I can. I'm just gonna eyeball the two sides, and I want this little tab to stick up just a hair over that side. When I have it in place, then I'm gonna go ahead and attach my back piece on. And again comes our fun little roller, okay? Now we're gonna decorate this piece, but just not yet, so let's not jump the gun. One thing I wanna do is make sure that if I do have any pencil mark remaining here, that it's gone, so I'm gonna go ahead and erase that. All right, so now we're gonna attach our piece inside, because it should be dry now. And you wanna make sure that it doesn't, you don't want it all the way down, okay? So you want it to be, but you don't want this to show. So you want that to just fall just below your piece. Once you have it where you want it, okay, and it's centered, let me move it over. See how I have a little bit of white on each corner? What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna mark with a pencil again where that little white piece is on both ends here, okay? Then I'm gonna pull my card out, and I'm gonna bring my paper trimmer out. Okay, and we're gonna set those two marks that I made in the channel on my trimmer. So it's like in this middle piece where the blade runs, okay? And then I'm just gonna cut right on those pencil marks, okay? And that's how you get that lower piece where your tab sticks out just like that. Isn't that so cute? See, you want your tab to stick out, but you don't want it to be like showing your paper, right? So you want to make sure that it sticks out, and that's how I did it. So now I have this little piece to decorate. So the first thing that I did was, in the stamp set, you have 2 stamps for the sand dollars. You have a large and a smaller one. So I went ahead and stamped those in Pool Party. Okay. I fussy cut them out, but you can use these to cut them out. But hey, I did a pretty good job, I think, of fussy cutting them out. All right, so it's the small and that one. There's no stamp for the medium one. All right, so I have 2 of those. One's gonna go on the inside, one's gonna go on the outside. Then the dies come with these gorgeous little, I don't know if they're pumice or what kind of little creature they are, but they are gorgeous. And they just look so lacy. So with the larger one, I used basic white cardstock, and with the smaller one, I used basic beige. Now this is one of our new colors. That's part of our basic cardstock. So we have basic white, basic black, very vanilla, and basic beige. I think they need to change very vanilla to basic vanilla now. Because they're all basic except for that one. But I love this new color. I think it's gorgeous. Now on this one, I did the opposite. I did the small one in white and the large one in beige. It does not matter, okay? So you can do whatever you want. So I have those. Then I stamped this large starfish with Calypso Coral ink. And I did use the die to cut it out. And it actually fits really beautifully. Okay, see how this one kind of has that crook on it? So I always use that one to line up. And then that, go ahead and cut this one out. There's also a small starfish in here. And then we have some seagrass, okay? So I cut one of the biggest seagrass, this one, like that. One of the medium. Okay, and this is Mossy Meadow. And then I took the smallest one, I think it was this one, and I cut it in half, and I used one for this card and one for this one. I just didn't need a big one, so I figured I'll just use a small one, die cut it once, and then do that. And then the last piece that I have on the front here is our sentiment that says, your friendship is the best gift. I think that's such a beautiful way of putting a thank you card together for someone you love, a good friend. So I'm going to be using this stamp here. I got to find it. It is, we have actually quite a few of them. So we have a speckled stamp, as you can see here. And then we have 3 different stamps with these like rock-like sea glass pieces. So I have 2 of them on this skinny block here and 1 on here, and then the splatter, we're going to be using that. And like I said, there's a small starfish also that you can use, but I didn't choose to use it this time. So let's go ahead and get started. And we're going to get everything kind of placed and attached and figured out. So the first thing I'm going to do is stamp on this piece. And I'm going to pull this card out of the way because I don't need to do that right away. We're going to be using gray granite, which is a great gray because it has brown tones on it. And I didn't want to use crumb cake because sometimes I think it looks, I don't know, just too brown, and it's more beach. I wanted some grays in there. So I'm going to start first by stamping. And I'm just going to grab the ones that are some stone-like, and I'm going to bring these other ones into play. And I want to add some really cool stones on this side. Of course, every time you do it, it's going to be different because you're going to do it one way or the other. So this one's kind of our biggest set of stones. So there's that corner. I'm actually going to put one more right here. All right, there we go. And then let's work on this corner somewhat. I'm gonna get both of those ready. So I'm gonna do one right there, and then I'm gonna do this one next to it. And I think that one somehow didn't stamp good. I'm gonna try and just do that one again. Oh, much better. All right, and then I'm just gonna add a tiny smidge right here. All right, I'm happy with that corner. Now we're gonna work on this side. Again, these are so fun. All right, and maybe one more little one right here. All right, I'm happy with the look of that. Now let's work on this piece. Okay, so for this one, I'm gonna use the big set here, and I'm just gonna put it in this corner. And that's all. The rest is gonna get speckles. So let me clean all of these. And I probably should cap my glue, because then when I wanna glue, it's gonna be clogged. All right. So now we're gonna add speckles of love everywhere, okay? So I'm just gonna speckle up the side. See, and every one of them is gonna be different. Maybe add a couple there. Let's go maybe there, and in this corner a little. That's it for that one. I'm good. Okay, let's add some speckles. I'm gonna put some among these little rocks, and then I want some along that piece, a little bit here. I love speckle stamp sets. Oh my gosh, they make my life so happy. Every time they're in a stamp set, I get so happy, because they add a lot, even with that tiny little bit. Look at how beautiful that adds to it. So now we're gonna do a little ink blending. So let me clean and get these guys out of the way. We're gonna use the same color, and I'm using a small blending brush. And so we're going to go ahead and let's work with the white first, so that you can see it's more of a contrast, so you'll be able to see it really well. And then I want to get this area here, this corner that's going to take the sand dollar, and I want to make sure that there's gray kind of around the small sand dollar. Where are you? Hiding all the way down here. Okay, so the sand dollar is going to be here, so I want to make sure it's not too white next to it. So this kind of corner is kind of dirty-ish. Yeah, that looks good. All right, and I'm just going to do a hair right here on this edge. All right, so let's go ahead and attach this, and then we'll work on the outside. Hopefully my glue is not there. It's good. I saved it in time, I guess. So we're gonna add our sand dollar. Such a cute, I love this. And I'm gonna overlap some of my rocks. Roller, where are you? It really helps, I'm telling you, I love this thing, to get the glue. All right, so this is waiting to be put inside, but before we can do that, we need to dirty this up. I'm gonna put this back inside since you guys have seen. All right, so let's go ahead and grab, and we're gonna get our edges really nice all the way around our crumb cake. All right, and then the two bottom corners are gonna get the most love. So I'm gonna darken down there and work my way up, and do the same thing here. Darken down here and work my way up. So doesn't that look awesome? Oh, I love it. All right, so now we can glue all of our pieces on. So let's get this out of the way. I'm gonna move my blending brush out. Let's close our ink pad. Move our pencil out of the way. Okay, so the first thing that I do when I'm trying to figure out what I wanna do is I just lay all my pieces down until I'm happy with the look. So maybe right about here-ish. I'm gonna put this one up here. We're gonna add this one down here, and then I wanna add the seagrass. Before I put this, I wanna add the seagrass. So I'm gonna put that little small piece. It's gonna be tucked. So I can go ahead and glue that one because I know where that's gonna live. Let's move these guys. And the seagrass, of course, goes first because it's the very bottom layer. I get my tweezer. And I'm gonna slide that right here-ish. I want it kind of to touch those rocks a little. All right, now the ones for the top, I want one to be really out. So probably this one will come out like this, almost like that. And then this one's gonna be near this rounded part, like this. So once I've done that, I'm gonna lift those up. And I'm gonna go ahead and hold that one in place real quick. Drop this one so that I know it's gonna be where I want. Then pull this one and add this one next. This one's gonna be up here near this little centerpiece. So they overlap a little bit, but that's okay. They're gonna be covered up, okay? So the sand dollar is gonna cover them up, and you just wanna make sure that you have it where it needs to be. Like maybe like that. Yeah, that's good. So let's do our sand dollar. Isn't this so fun? I love building things, and I have the best time. When my daughter was checking out my projects today or this week that I've designed them, she is like, Mom, you're so good at doing beach. And I think it's because I love it so much. And so I just come into my own when I do these beach projects. Okay, so I have a little extra glue there, but before I glue anything else down, I'm gonna go ahead and get that up. That's what I love about this glue, is it comes up so easy. Okay, so let's go ahead, and now for this one, I'm gonna show you how I glued it. I'm gonna put a little glue in that middle section, okay? And then very lightly across the middle of the piece. The whole thing does not have to be covered. Trust me, it will look so much, whoops, it will look so much prettier if you have a little bit of flowiness to it, where it's not all flowed down, like it lifts a little. So just make sure it's anchored. I'm gonna do the same thing here in the middle section where there's more, and then I'm just gonna fill in, but I'm not gonna go across the whole piece. And then I'm just gonna find the right, maybe like that, down a little more like that. All right, so now we're going to put our sand dollar and our sentiment, but I have tied a bow with linen thread. And our sand dollar is going to get a mini dimensional in the middle. And then the rest are just gonna be pieces that I trim off of these edges. I tell you what, I love that mini dimensionals have this wide edge because I use these pieces so much. I'm sure if you guys watch me at all, you know that I go through the pieces, okay? All right, so let's see if I can use all of these. We have 1, 2, 1. That one has a little hook on it. I'm gonna use this little hook here. There. And I need a small piece. Let's see if I get a small one right here. Right in this spot. All right. So this is ready to go. Let's grab our linen thread. Now I don't have a length that I am using. So just pull it out, tie a nice loopy, I like to straighten it first because it's been wound around that piece, and if I straighten it, I think it ties better. So we're gonna go ahead and grab our, I want about that much, I guess, maybe a little more. And do my bunny ears, pull, and then I'm gonna pull my loops, but I don't want them to be too small, okay? So like kind of big for me, the loops, okay? And then we're gonna trim. And then I'm just gonna grab a mini glue dot. I have this double bow that I've tied so long ago and I keep not using it. Let me grab a mini glue dot from my drawer. All right. I'm gonna stick that on the back of my bow and pick that up, and then it's gonna go right here in the center. It's gonna be behind my starfish. So I gotta pull the backs off of these little skinny pieces. Sometimes I pull them all off before I start, but today I didn't do that. Just make sure you're holding on when you pull these little skinnies off. You don't want to rip them off of your piece. 2 more to go, and then we can put our little starfish down. I wanted there to be a little dimension with this starfish and with the sentiment. All right, so the starfish, I like that little hooked one on the left side for some reason. I don't know, just like it that way. And I want to make sure that these loops don't get caught up where they can't move around a little, because that's what gives them flow. So there's our starfish. See how pretty with the loops right there? I love that. Now our sentiment, I've already stamped it. It's "Your friendship is the best gift." I am going to fussy cut that out. I will try and do my best with it up here so that you guys can see. Remember, you see how I'm moving? My left hand is doing the work, okay? If you're right-handed, that's what you want to do. You want to guide with your opposite hand the paper, and it takes practice, but you will get better, I promise. All right, almost done. We're halfway. Around these curves sometimes it can be a little scary, but the more you do it, the better you'll get. Almost there. And the only time you move your scissor with your right hand is when you run out of blade and you have to slide your blade up. But the rest of the time you're just pivoting. And like I said, it just takes practice. But don't let anything defeat you. Fussy cutting is not that bad. All right, so now we're going to add our dimensionals to this piece. And of course, I'm gonna tuck our pocket inside. I love it. So cute. All right, so let's add our dimensionals. So we're gonna use minis. All right, that should be good. And we'll make sure that this is stuck good. All right, let's grab our take your pick tool. Alrighty. And then of course we're gonna put some embellishments. So you gotta wait for that. All right, so again, I'm gonna let this one dangle down. I'm gonna cover it a little bit. I'm gonna kind of place wherever I feel like this lives best. And so, ooh, I went crooked. Don't go crooked, make sure you're straight. All right, so there is, your friendship is the best gift. And then I'm going to use our smoky slate and basic gray and smoky slate pearls, and I am using the darker, so I guess the basic gray. Same with my take your pick tool. I'm not going to do this side. I think I'm going to do this side this time for fun. For fun. And then I'll put this one down here. Love it. See, these little pearls are perfect because pearls in the ocean are perfect together. And I love these. I use these often. They came with the, I think the Country Woods suite, but I have 2 packs of them. I love them. I use them. They're awesome. All right, so there is our pocket card. What do you guys think? I think it turned out pretty awesome. I'm very pleased with myself, I must say, and how it turned out. Okay, so let's bring in our products again. And there's our host code in case you need that. So, of course, we have the dies, and then we have the embossing folder. And then we have the Keeping Tabs bundle as well. So thanks for joining me today, guys. I do appreciate you so much. And I hope that you enjoyed your time with me. I will see you soon. And if it was your first time, thank you for joining me. Even if you didn't have the courage to say hi, we are all welcoming you and hope that you'll come back and hang out with us again. If you're going to place an order this month, make sure you use your bonus coupons from last month. And if you've never ordered, I'd love to have you order with me if you don't have a demonstrator. So let me know if you'd like me to be your demonstrator. That would make me so happy, and I would be happy to give you the best customer service. So thanks for hanging out with me. To my crew members, you are going to love this week's project. So OMG. So if you guys are not a member of my Inky Hands crew, join tonight before it's too late. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with me, and I will see you soon. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Happy stamping!